horned toads and lizards, fiddle and strum. Please answer the roll by beating a drum. Harpies and furies, old friends and new, blow on a horn so we'll know that it's you. Serpents and spiders, tail of a rat, call in the spirits wherever they're at.
Hello, Potato. So, it is very nearly Halloween, or at least in my timeline it is. You may be watching this 5 years from now, who knows. And I thought it would be nice to do one more Haunted Mansion video. Nice for me at least. Because I have managed to find a few more items. I have completed a few missing pieces. So let's move on into it and see what new Happy Haunts we've acquired. I'm going to kind of take this in the order of acquisition. So I'm going to start with the oldest piece first, and probably the least impressive, which is this. The Haunted Mansion cereal bowl. It's put out by Funko. I actually did pick this up when I picked up the original items from the first video, or second video if you count the pin box, the mystery pins. And as you can see, we have just a little plastic bowl with the little Funko Pop versions of our hitchhikers on it. But I thought this would be nice to use in the cereal videos. And it even comes with its own little special spoon with Ezra on it there. Let's get some light on. There we go. Now you can see him. Isn't he beautiful? Them back there. And refocus. Alright. Now the next item is something that actually I had wanted to use in the first video, but it didn't arrive in time. That's why you saw the dark roast from Kimchi Kawaii instead. And that is this. I don't know if I can get this, if I can zoom out enough to, no, I really can't. Well, we will deal. Let's move Madame Leota over here. These are the Haunted Mansion Ghost in a Jars. They sell for $60 on Shop Disney. They have not gone on sale, unfortunately. And they have a few different ones you can choose from. You can get the Hitchhikers, Ezra, Gus, and Phineas. You can get, was it Amagus Kane or Crane? The librarian from the Florida Haunted Mansion, as well as the sea captain whose name I don't remember because the Florida Haunted Mansion is not my Haunted Mansion. You can also get Sarah Sally Slater. I'm not sure why we have a bunch of merchandise with her this year, but she's one of the options. And I know for the pass holder exclusive, I think it was at the actual 50th celebration, there was a, was it Victor Geist, I believe the name is, the organist. But what I got is, well, you'll see in a minute. So they come in a kind of nice looking box. It's a little cheap. I mean, the actual finished item here is a little bit cheaper than it looks. It looks nicer than it is. And unfortunately mine had a little damage in shipping. But you open the box up. Again, it looks very nice. This is just, you know, kind of cheap fabric over styrofoam. Actually, that's plastic over styrofoam. But this is just kind of a cheap fabric over a styrofoam box. But again, it looks nice. You get your little death certificate. It reads, "This certifies that you have officially and voluntarily assumed the role of caretaker for a resident and happy haunt from the Haunted Mansion. Signed by M.T. Tomb, Ghost Relations Representative." It's nice, a nice little piece of detail. But then you have the actual ghost. And of course I picked my favorite, the Hatbox Ghost. I was kind of hoping that Shop Disney would put these on sale. Oh, I'm doing this wrong. Duh. I did this the first time I took it out too. There's actually a strap. the box out of the way. I was hoping they'd put them on sale because, again, like I said, it looks nicer than it is. I mean, this is a piece that will look very nice up on a shelf. It's not really super pretty to look at in person. It's plastic. The little pendant of the hat box here, this is metal. That's very nice. The thing I dislike the most about these is how you turn them on, because I feel like I'm going to break it. But you have to turn it off when you're putting it in the box because it makes noise. But unfortunately, the on switch is under here. And the reason you have to turn it off, and then you have to get it back in correctly, which is also kind of...
Family, friends, next of kin, summon a spirit from the mansion. Ghoulies travel from near and far, all invited to reside in a jar.
Let's take a look at the jar here. So the label reads, "Here holds the spirit of the Hatbox Ghost." I don't think the camera's going to pick this up, so I'm just going to read it to you. "Bowlers, top hats, a fez for your head, this hatter's style will fill you with dread. All of his boxes collect dust in the attic. He'll find something for you, no need to panic. A mischievous trickster with a sick, twisted smile reveals his head in a hat box, the latest style." And this is his spiritual repose. Now, the reason I have to turn the battery off on this when I'm putting it back in the box is because it does this. Yep, can you imagine doing that in the box when you move it around? But it's very cute. It does say The Haunted Mansion on top. It's got this nice little patina finish. Some nice aging on the jar itself, but it is still just plastic. But the cool thing is when you flip it around to the back and you press the lid. And you heard a little bit of this when I opened it, but let's actually take a look at it. There he is, the handsome face of the Hatbox Ghost himself. Remember that I kind of complained last time about there not being a lot of Hatbox Ghost merchandise, or indeed really any. So this gets to fill that, and it'll match nicely with my little statue there. And he has a couple different quotes. I think 3. You heard one when I opened it. Let's try this one.
Be sure to bring your death certificate.
But it's cute. I mean, it doesn't do a whole lot, but it will look very nice up on a shelf. And that's not a tear. I know that looks like a tear in the paper there. That's actually part of the design. That's part of the aging. The only damage on this was actually on the box itself. But this will go up on a shelf. The box will probably go away. Not in the garbage, just away. Let's put you over here. And your little death certificate. And let's move on. Now, you may have noticed in this video, I'm sure the camera's picking this up, a ticking noise, as opposed to the focusing noise. And that is because, for my birthday, my wife got me this. It's not funny, Leota. You know, this we can't get on the camera in one shot at all, can we? So let's pan up and adjust our lights a little bit. So this is selling on Shop Disney, and actually, oddly enough, in the Disney store this year for about $80. Oh, I don't think I said how much the Hatbox Ghost costs there. The Hatbox Ghost and indeed the other Spiritual Repose Ghost in a Jars are selling for $59.99 on Shop Disney. I only saw them one time in my local Disney store, and I think they were probably internet returns because they didn't have these on the shelves there. And I'm going to be honest, I think $60 for those is maybe a little steep. That's why I haven't bought any of the other ones yet. If they put them on sale, like a good steep kind of clearancey kind of price, I would absolutely get the Hitchhiking Ghosts to go with Hatbox. But at $60 a pop, I can't justify that. It's nice, but it's not another $180 nice. if that makes any sense to you. Anyways, back to where I was on, which is this. And you see that's why I have that turned off most of the time. So, like I said, this selling for $80. Shop Disney. Your Disney store locally might still have it. I was in ours last week and they still had a couple left. And they were clearancing them out, I think, for $40 or $50. So that's a really good price. Let's show you the actual clock. I don't have it in the box. Because again, you've been hearing it tick this entire time. And here we go. It is, of course, the clock from the Haunted Mansion. It's made out of resin, and they've done a very interesting thing with it, which is with the pendulum there, they've recreated the ticking sound by actually having it knock against the side of the case. And it's a very nice little piece. It does keep accurate time. It's not an impressive clock in the back or anything, but it's actually the cover's held on with magnets, which is nice for taking it on and off. As you can see, it's just a very basic little clock mechanism with a pendulum run by magnet. Got your little dial for setting. It came with batteries. I mean, it's obviously general purpose. This is not a battery that's going to last me a long time. But it was nice that it came with one in the box. I didn't have to find one. And oh, that's not supposed to come out, is it? We'll have to super glue that back in. Yeah, that's supposed to be in that little hole there. But we have the other two magnets holding it in place. It's not a humongous problem, but I will have to apply a little super glue to that at some point. The front also comes off because the pendulum itself just hangs on there. Again, held on with magnets. As you can hear, it's a little bit louder without the front cover on because it actually does strike both sides. Just the cover mutes the noise enough that only one side is heard. Well, now I can hear both, but I'm also sitting right on top of it. And I forgot to grab my blacklight, but this actually does have some glowing accents. Let me grab that. And killer light, see if we can get it to show up. Yeah, I think it's showing up decently. So you can see the clock face itself glows, the eyes glow, and then the eyes down on the pendulum. I don't know if it'll show up. Let's take the glass off, the plastic off. Without it reflecting there. Yeah, I think it's showing up. And these actually charge up pretty quickly. It's not dark enough in here to charge it up and really give you... You can see it a little bit. I still have a lot of lights on in here, even aside from the ones on the table itself. The only problem with this, and it's a problem that only really affects shooting these videos, is that noise. I am going to have to put like a piece of felt in there or something just to mute that for when I am filming. But very nice. Resin, solid, nicely detailed. It'll look great on a shelf with all of my other Haunted Mansion items. Or not all of them. There are way too many to fit on a single shelf now. Onward! Another big item. I don't know if this will all show up on here, but we have our giant, massive, 10-inch Target exclusive. Oh, lights. Lights would be nice. There we go. Our giant, massive, 10-inch Target exclusive Ezra. Another thing that I believe I mentioned in the last video, complaining that I couldn't find. Luckily, Target restocked about a week or two after I did that video. They had both these guys back in again and the Chrome Trio. I have not seen them in the stores again since. And I still haven't seen the miniature, the little non-mystery minis. Because honestly, I've gotten some better views from other people's videos of the Target versions of the Hitchhiking Ghosts. And now I kind of want them. I think the glowing looks nicer on the Box Lunch Hot Topic versions. But I think the face overall, the greenness of them when they're not glowing, looks nicer on the Target ones. Or at least looks nice enough that I kind of want them now. But I'm not going to like beat myself up or pay $20 a piece for them just to get them if I don't find them in stores. But Ezra's very nicely detailed. He's just basically a giant version of the normal Ezra, the old one, the Parks exclusive one. Or the one that came in the Doom Buggy, which was also a Parks exclusive. But he's got his hat and his eyes. He doesn't glow in the dark or anything. Although I think we can get some blacklight effect on him. Turn those lights back off. Yeah, I mean, not much. He doesn't do much. Weirdly, his body reacts and his head doesn't. So I guess they're made out of different kinds of plastic. Because the body looks pretty cool. I mean, I'd put some black lights on there maybe, but the face doesn't do it. Let's move him over here. Unfortunately, I'll have to block off Hatbox. And so our next item is actually another one that's my wife's, not my own. And that is this little bag set. It's another Funko item. We picked this up at Box Lunch. They are today is, when I'm shooting this, is October the 26th. I'm going to post it probably on the 27th, so you might still have time if you're interested in this, if you see it when it posts. It's a little Funko style 3-pack of bags. Put your makeup in them, or put your socks or stuff for traveling. Be nice for having when taking trips to the park. Get 3 bags. Got the clear bag with the hitchhikers. You've got the lovely wallpaper print. And you've got a little Madame Leota Call in the Spirits bag. Very cute. And now for the last item. This is something I didn't really think I was going to be able to get because a lot of the Parks exclusive Funko items haven't been available online. So I kind of resigned myself to not getting this. But then they put it up for pre-sale on Shop Disney. It is the glow-in-the-dark version, the Parks exclusive version of Madame Leota. Now I'm going to stop here for a second, we're going to jump ahead, and I'm going to take her out of the box so we can compare her to the normal version. Alright, here she is out of the box. As you can see, she is identical to her normal counterpart. This is our Parks one, this is our normal one, the one from I got her at Box Lunch. But they're the same, they're both number 575. They both come in the little orbs, but you can see her face looks a little different. Not in sculpt or anything, but in just general appearance. And that's because she glows in the dark. Sort of. This actually is not as impressive as I thought it was going to be. Remember from the first video, I thought when I put the black light on Leota, she looked pretty cool, and she does. And she looks cool because it's reflecting off of something in the bubble. And the same thing happens with the Parks version of Leota. It just kind of reflects off the bubble. Excuse me. It just kind of reflects off the bubble. Now she does glow, but she's fairly weak. I haven't really got a really good look out of her. Let's see what we can do with her here. I think it's just going to be too bright in here because she glows pretty weakly. Let's see if we can charge her up at all. Come on, anything? Yeah, it's too bright in here. She does glow, I promise you. I have seen her glow. I haven't seen her glow particularly brightly, but I sort of see a little greenish tinge on her there. But I mean, it was nice to find it because normally, like I said, up to now, like with the Ezra in the Doom Buggy, I had to go buy that at the SAC Comic-Con. I couldn't order that online at all. And with this, I was very surprised to see her pop up as a pre-sale item on Shop Disney. She's selling for 20 bucks, which is only a little bit more than her normal counterpart, depending where you get her. She could be 10 bucks. I think I paid like 13 or 14, which is kind of what Box Lunch and Hot Topic charge for theirs. Box Lunch in particular. But it's nice. It's nice to have it. It's nice to have them both. I feel a little more completionist. And I think that's also kind of what pushed me towards now kind of wanting the Target Hitchhiking Ghost minis. But if I get them, I get them. And if I don't, I don't. I won't do a video on just them. And of course, I still do need that Ezra pin. I'm hoping to find that at the Roseville Comic-Con tomorrow in my timeline. Again, in your past, undoubtedly. But that's it. That's going to be it for our Haunted Mansion stuff, at least for the foreseeable future. I will at some point do another Haunted Mansion video. Probably, I'm not going to wait till next October to do it. Of the stuff that I already have, stuff I've had for a long time, stuff that's no longer available for purchase. But a lot of this stuff is still available. I think pretty much all of this, well, not this. But a lot of it's still available, and being really close to Halloween now, some of it is on clearance. Like I said, I have seen the clock there at Disney Store for, I think, like half off. Again, I think it was $40. And right now, today at least, Box Lunch does have all of their Haunted Mansion items 30% off. Now, I don't know if that includes the pops or not, because frequently pops are, special pops at least, can be excluded from things. But most of most of their Haunted Mansion stuff is by Funko, so maybe. I mean, like I said, these are. And we got them for 30% off. I would really love it if Shop Disney would put these guys on clearance for some significant amount off. But not really going to super hold my breath there. And that'll do it. If you liked this video, please give it a like. If you didn't like this video, please give it a like anyway. Then subscribe and ring the bell and tell your friends and tell your enemies. And we will see you next time. Happy Halloween.
Family, friends, next of kin, summon a spirit from the mansion. Ghoulies travel from near and far, all invited to reside in a jar.
Hurry back, hurry back. Be sure to bring your death certificate if you decide to join us. Make final arrangements now.
A mischievous trickster with a sick, twisted smile. Well, we're going to have to cut this part out, aren't we?